Hey guys, how are you? This is Hoshi, and you guys are watching Hoshi Hooked. I'm really excited that you guys are here because today we are going to recreate a makeup look with Lauren Luke's My Smokey Classics palette, which I adore. Do you guys know who Lauren Luke is? If not, you should. And if you don't know her, I'm actually going to link her information down below and also her link for her channel. That way you guys can get to know her and follow her. She's an amazing makeup artist that actually started on YouTube. And I love that she has such a humble, simple, yet amazing, bright being and spirit. And she's actually come a long way and made a career out of her talents. But I love that as she was learning her makeup, she was also teaching her followers that eventually became fans. So I'm really excited for her, and today I just want to showcase her makeup and have a little bit of fun and just show you guys what I do with her palette. What I love about her palette is that it's an all-in-one shebang. So if you're gonna go out with a friend and you're not sure what to get, just bring the palette with you and have a whole look. It has lips and eyes and cheeks and primer. I mean, it's perfect. It's all you need. The presentation of the palette is just extremely personal and touching. She actually has a story in the palette, and I'm actually going to show you right now. This is what it looks like. Sorry for the glare. And in the back, it shows you, it's kind of labeling each palette, the name and what it does. And it comes in a box like this. And then this is her story. It's a story of her in high school and how she was a misfit and decided to experiment with makeup. And even though she knew she wasn't a professional, whatever she could do to teach other people what she learned, she would post. And she stayed consistent, and she would never really edit her videos due to time shortage because of all the other activities she had to do. So I really look up to that, and I just love the palette. This is what it looks like inside. And then these are the eyeshadow palettes. Let's get the tutorial started, and I hope you guys have an amazing time. The first thing you want to do is prep your skin properly. And the way that I prep my skin is I use Cetaphil, which is amazing because it is formulated to work on any skin type. I'm oily skin, so I definitely want to take care of that. And so far, Cetaphil has been a great product for me. I've used the Cetaphil cleanser to clean and cleanse any impurities in my skin, and I've also used the lotion to tonify and to smooth out my complexion and skin. So once I've done that, I've also used medication for my blemishes that I've had. If you have any blemishes and you know that you have a formulation for it that assists any inflammation on the blemishes, then by all means use it. It's great to do that after you've lotioned your skin and before you apply your primer and foundation. And that's really going to help your application. So I've done that, and then also I've taken the palette from Lauren Luke and I have used the shadow primer, the dark one. Preferably because I feel it will make my eyes a bit ashy if I use the light one. So I've used it, and the way that I did it is I just kind of patted the palette, and I have tilted my head back, and I've just applied a generous amount all over the lid. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of patting because the warmness of my fingers will melt it into my skin. So I hope you guys are following along. It's really not a difficult step here. And I've also done that underneath my eye as close to the lash line as possible, and then just working it all over my skin. On the eyelid. Okay, so it looks something like this. I know it looks a bit light on camera, but it looks perfect in real life. What I like about the product so far is that it's extremely smooth, and it doesn't seem to get ashy, and it does leave you some time to blend away, because usually primers tend to clog up and they tend to ball up after a certain amount of time because they dry so quickly. But this one allows some time for you to let it melt in your skin and get it all even. You don't want to have any harsh lines, so you want to make sure that you blend away. On the bottom, if you put any concealer underneath, you just want to lightly tap it until it's smooth and silky. Okay, so the next step, you're going to take any brush that you own. Preferably, in this case, you just want a brush that looks like this. So that's what we call a flat dome brush, and the reason is because it's just flat like this, and it tends to be square on the end, if not round. It could be either or, don't worry. You really don't have to get too technical with the brushes. It's just about how you apply the makeup more than the actual product, okay? So when you have a very light hand doing makeup, it's great and things are just gonna ease in. So I'm just gonna go and have fun with this, be spontaneous and instinctive. Alright guys, so the first color I'm gonna be using is the Cashmere Cream, which is this color right here, and it's the lightest eyeshadow on the palette, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and pat lightly. I'm gonna take the mirror from the palette itself. I'm gonna tilt my head back, and I'm going, wherever you see your eyelid folding, that's where you want to stop the eyeshadow, okay? So you just want to tap and just pause right where you see that fold. You see that, guys? See that fold? I don't know if you guys can see it, but if I were to look straight forward, you could see that line here. I want to stop that eyeshadow there. Okay, so you're gonna end with something like this. So you guys can see this one has no product, this one does. And then you just want to tap that evenly. And we're also going to apply that to the inner corner of the eye. And on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other eye. Alright guys, so we have primed and we have also used Cashmere Cream eyeshadow. Now the reason why I did light then dark shadow first is because I feel it's easier to build your colors up to an intensity than using a really dark color and not really loving it and then having a really hard time erasing and going back in. So I'm going to choose another brush. And this one is similar to the one that I first used. So this one is similar to the one that I first used. It looks like this. And it's, again, a flat dome brush. And I'm going to now use Antique Pewter, which is this eyeshadow right here. And so you're going to pat Antique. And we're going to apply it third of the way, so right over here. And I like to just place it lightly where I want it and build the color up. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to identify where I want it, which is this little triangle right here. Now I'm just slightly patting it in that area only. When I do makeup, I imagine figures in my skin, kind of like imaginary, like an imaginary line that I'm not supposed to cross. And then after, once I've placed and color blocked all the sections, then I'm going to go in with a cleaner brush and just blend everything away. So what this color is doing is just giving the eye dimension. And in that fold that I was speaking to you guys about, I'm just going to apply more of that color. So So far it's only been on the outside corner. And I'm just tapping it there. Okay? I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye.